Nice.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the very first part of our epic quest
This is
to play all Mario games.
This is the beginning of the end of our lives.
My name is Kyle Churchill.
I'm Keith Carberry.
We're cousins. We did a series where we played through all the Sonic games, and now we don't have any more ideas left, so we're going to play all the Mario games.
I don't know. How do you feel about this?
Let's not.
No?
Please, Keith.
I'm just saying, before we even start, feeling powerful.
All right, great. Well, you should be feeling powerful because we're about to play through some of the greatest games of all time. Unlike with our Sonic one, we're treating ourselves.
We played a couple of the greatest games, and then mostly just the worst games.
I'm giving myself a lot of credits here. I've also read up on Nintendo and Mario history, just so I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You should only be able to give yourself as many credits as quarters you can find. Stop it. You're cheating.
You can't... All right, let's get in here. So this is
77 credits. What's wrong with you? You don't have that many quarters around. I know you do not.
Oh, well, okay. I might not be playing by the rules, but, you know, this is Donkey Kong. First appearance of Mario.
Yeah.
We know this game. We know this.
How high can you try, man?
How high can you try?
Hey,
which is
hey, duder. How high can you try?
Because we're actually playing the Japanese version here. The American version says "How high can you go?" I think.
It damn well better.
But the reason we're playing the Japanese version is because the American version has a weird level progression where there's 4 levels, and in
it's
the Japanese
Tarantino-style level progression. It starts somewhere near the end and then cuts to the middle.
Mario the Carpenter.
Yeah.
He climbs to the top to save his girlfriend Pauline from the evil Donkey Kong, and then he grabs her and takes her to the next stage.
It's so close to being the Mario that we know.
Wow. I wasn't even...
Yeah.
I was all worried about what I was saying about Donkey Kong.
I like that even from the beginning, Mario is a working-class man whose girlfriend is a princess.
Well, no, that's the thing. Pauline's not a princess, don't think.
That's a princess dress.
No, that's just a pink dress.
I don't know. It's a pretty snazzy dress for a carpenter's wage.
Actually, so this is, this game this is the first game that was designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, now obviously, of course, known as one of the greatest game designers of all time.
Yep, and an avid outdoorsman.
Yeah, we all know he loves gardening, he loves exploring in caves when he was a kid, but
and bullets.
This was originally conceived as a Popeye game. A lot of people, there's like a lot of apocryphal stories about like they had the Popeye license and then they lost the Popeye license or something like that. I think it was just...
Can you imagine what would have happened if this was a Popeye game?
Yeah, I know. It would have been weird, right?
It would have really weird.
Yeah, so like...
You get the newest Popeye and Luigi game? Like, they still would have kept Luigi in it.
Yeah, so obviously, Mario is the Popeye character. Maybe you could imagine those hammers being, like, spinach or something. Whoa!
Yeah, but spinach is good for Popeye.
This game's pretty hard.
There's fall damage?
Oh, yeah, you can't fall... Like, check this out. I'll just, like, give up this life.
What?
Yeah. Like this.
Dude, he's the weakest carpenter of all time.
I know. But like I was saying, Donkey Kong was envisioned as being the Bluto character, and Pauline would have been Olive Oil. Look at this. You know, in American arcade games, they give you initials.
Yeah.
Like here, they give you like so many. Like, look at all the spaces they're giving me up there.
They got really long names there, man.
They don't, though.
I know.
Aren't all their names like, only a few characters?
I think so, yeah. And initials are still initials. It's not. That's in poor taste.
So let's take another try here. The
1 or 2 players button.
The unfortunate side effect of me practicing this game to get good at it for doing this Let's Play here
is that you hate it now.
No, it was the opposite. It was the unfortunate side effect is I actually like and have an appreciation for Donkey Kong now, which before I despised Donkey Kong.
Why did you despise it? What's wrong with you?
Because the controls are just so clunky and
and there's no fall damage.
There is all of the fall damage.
Oh, that's what I mean. There's There's like step damage. Don't take too many steps or your legs will break like Joker from Mass Effect.
Oh. What am I doing? Oh, I feel great shame. But
Yes, I've been practicing a bunch.
well, no, this is the problem. We've been waiting so long to do this. Is that there was a time where I was practicing Donkey Kong and Super Mario Brothers like every day, but that was like a week or two ago at this point. Mm-hmm. But you know, this came out in '81, I think.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's not like the first platforming type game ever.
Right.
But like it was still pretty unusual.
It's
like
the first one that people care about.
Basically. I mean, most games at this time were just like space shooters. Like
Right.
Space Invaders was huge, and then there was like, and then they also had like Galaxian and Galaga and stuff. So like most games were just like, you were a thing. You were like a thing with that shot dots, and then you went around and tried to shoot all the things with the dots, and then like Donkey Kong was pretty different. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't have a gun, you're not that powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a pretty clearly defined, like, you know, like they make, like it has characters. Like not like no games had characters back then, but a lot of it, you know, it was just like, oh, the aliens.
You're
like
there were
shoot the
good
bad
shapes and
aliens.
bad shapes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the dots moved back and forth between the two.
Like
By the way, I'm just realizing
go down.
that Wreck-It Ralph was probably based off of this game.
Oh, you didn't realize? Yeah,
it
it
just never occurred to
completely
me.
is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Look at this fucking fireball. Like, go down. Why are you not going down?
Is he supposed to go down?
You're supposed to go down. Like, you don't just stay there forever.
To be fair, this game is 32 years
fucking
old.
go down.
Sometimes shit doesn't work when
Why
it's
is
32
this
years
is unheard of? What is happening right now?
old. Jump over it.
This is fucked up. You can't.
God, you suck at this.
That's not what that fireball is supposed to do.
I know it's not. Listen. You'll
That's
be fine.
You know, have you seen King of Kong?
King of Kong? No, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I heard about it. Me and
Yeah.
Mike Birbiglia heard about it.
They talk about in King of Kong how I can't believe this.
You'll get it.
I can't believe
It's okay.
but it's not hard.
It's okay. You had 80 quarters. It's fine. I think that every time we play an arcade game, you should have to give me the quarters that you're using for credits.
Some people
Do you want me to try? Do you need me to take over?
No, I don't need you to try because I can do this
Kyle,
so
pull over, ask for
easily.
directions.
I don't need to ask for
Pull over,
directions.
ask for directions. Honey. Kyle, honey.
Let's all be quiet while I put in my name.
I don't know. I still feel powerful.
Is that your second or third sip of that energy?
Third
drink?
sip.
Stop it.
No.
Give me this. This is why I told you
They were
can't.
small sips.
You can't have unfettered access to your own.
I've had less than 4 sips, and they've all been small sips.
Oh, Keith. Oh, but like I was saying,
Kyle, honey.
oh, I gotta start the game. Is that you see like these cut scenes? I guess you can call them here, where like Donkey Kong, you know, climbs up and then he stomps and everything changes, and there are like the in between scenes where he grabs Pauline and like climbs up to the next.
Yeah, cutscenes.
Yeah, basically cutscenes. I mean, but that was really unusual for the time. Like Donkey Kong is not a super complex game, really.
No,
But
not at all.
Like the amount of code that it had something like 20,000 lines of code, which was like, according to the book I read, way more than most games had at the time. Fuck you, dog.
Can you stop in the middle of a ladder?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm not. All right,
Kyle.
you want serious time?
Yeah.
You want to institute serious time here?
Sure.
All right, then be quiet.
Get that hammer.
No, you can't climb up the ladders with a hammer or jump.
It also looks like a lollipop. Is this serious time right now?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have serious time right now. Okay, get the hammer. It's like a lollipop. What's going on? Are we in serious time? Yes.
You should just stand there, jump over barrels forever. Or is there a time limit?
Well, there's not a time limit, but there's a time bonus that will go down.
Okay, and it's more than the barrels.
I guess it depends. I mean, that's the strategy of Donkey Kong. Is you gonna stick around and hit these barrels, or are you just gonna go straight for it?
Is that what King of Kong's about? Because that sounds really dry.
Pie Factory. Oh, what I was saying, the reason we're playing the Japanese version is because there's 4 levels, and the Japanese version goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like forever. Mm-hmm. Where the American version, for whatever reason, goes 1, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 forever.
Why?
I don't know. I think because the 4th level is like where you defeat Donkey Kong, and I think maybe they thought that it was so hard that like Americans would never ever get to the 4th level, so just give them it immediately. I don't know.
That sounds awful. Aw, I like the little heart. And then it breaks. That's so sad.
Broken.
It's a love story.
It is a love story.
Oh, it's adorable. I'm really pulling for them, even though I know it doesn't work out.
Yeah, right. That actually is what it says on the Giant Bomb wiki page for Pauline. It says like Mario's original girlfriend. We're guessing it didn't work out.
Yeah. How much research have you done?
Well, I've read the parts of Ultimate History of Video Games that are
all the literature.
Yeah, I've read the parts of Ultimate History of Video Games that are about Donkey Kong and the NES and stuff.
I mean, this is Pac-Man.
Yeah, there is Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a game.
No, but this is like you got that thing and then everybody turned blue and
yeah. Okay, yes, you're right. It is totally like Pac-Man. Boom!
And that didn't come out for a few years.
I took out all the rivets and then check this out.
Nice.
It's Wreck-It Ralph right there.
That is Wreck-It Ralph. I've almost never seen this game played.
And it's a happy ending.
What year did Pac-Man come out?
Restarts. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said, what year did Pac-Man come out?
What year did Pac-Man come out?
I don't know. I asked you. What is wrong with you?
Pac-Man is definitely... I'm pretty sure Miss Pac-Man was already out by the time Donkey Kong came out.
Okay.
But I didn't even...
It came out in the 70s?
Oh! Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, arcade games were around for a while. I forgot to mention... like the sort of story of the development of Donkey Kong, which kind of everybody knows at this point.
Not me, not Keith.
Really?
Yeah. I really know almost nothing about this game at all.
Okay, so when this game came out, Nintendo was basically like a non-player in arcades in general, especially in America.
Yeah.
They, like a lot of times, like at this point in arcade in the history of video games, most arcade games were just clones of shit. Like there was just a million Space Invaders clones.
Yeah.
And like Nintendo had a bunch of that stuff too. Like they had a Space Invader clone called Space Fever, which makes that sounds so much better than Space Invaders.
I know.
God damn it.
Kyle, what do you like? You like Galaga or you like Space Invaders? What's up?
Like I don't really like
Which one do you have? Which one would you pick?
I mean, I guess Galaga, because it's like...
better?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot newer.
Yeah.
Rub.
That's awesome.
What
did Nintendo do before video games? Did they just make toys and stuff?
Oh, yeah. They've
because I know that they've been around for basically ever.
Since 1889 or something.
Yeah, that's nuts. Because they were making video games then.
Yeah, they were a playing card company.
Playing cards.
Like they made like a lot of Hanafuda cards and stuff.
Sure. I love that word, by the way.
Yeah, it's
God,
great.
It's a great word. Say it again.
Hanafuda. I guess technically it's incorrect to say Hanafuda cards, because Hanafuda...
it has cards in it.
Yeah, it already means like flower cards.
It's like ATM machine.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they were a playing card company, and at some point they decided to get into video games.
Okay.
What is it? Hiroshi Yamauchi, then I guess president of Nintendo, was like, let's start doing these video games. Something. I don't know.
So, for very, very loose connection between the thought that I had when I brought that up and the thought that I am having now.
Okay.
So the word movie That's the weirdest slang to have ever caught on, right? Like, movie is just a shortening of moving picture.
Yeah?
It's like, it's one of them movies.
Yeah, but...
And now we just say movie.
At least we don't
Like
say... Come on, at least we don't say talkie.
Well, that's so outdated. Like, because there aren't non-talkies anymore unless the only movie you've seen is The Artist.
Yep. I guess there's just...
Is that super weird to anyone else? Movie? I just think nobody thinks about it anymore.
Well, nobody does.
That pie. God,
Fuck that pie.
fuck that pie. People are like, I hate that dog from Duck Hunt. No, I hate that pie from Donkey Kong. Fuck it.
Fuck that pie. This is the Pie Factory, by the way. And it's dumb.
That pie is my cherry pie.
It's like the dumbest level.
Is it? It doesn't
Yeah.
look hard.
It's not really. That's part of why it's so dumb.
Okay. I thought you were saying it's dumb because it's so hard. 'Cause
No.
the pies always get you. This one
No.
looks like the hardest.
Yeah, this is basically the hardest.
Was this level one? Is level 1?
This is level 3.
Okay, it says L1.
Oh, level 1 is we're in level 2 is when you beat level 4 and it goes back to level 1.
Okay. And do they get harder and harder?
I guess technically since this is arcade days, these aren't levels, these are boards. We're in board 3 of level 1. Go the fuck down, you stupid fireball! Why are you doing this
go down
to me?
until you go across.
But he does though. I've played this game like a lot.
Can you jump onto a ladder in mid-flight? Can you or do you have
No.
to be on a? Okay.
Oh yeah, I can.
Oh, you mean this? Oh, you're saying it was made in 81?
what?
Like you can't jump onto a ladder and then press up and then be on that ladder?
Right.
Yeah.
Go.
Now he's
You
down.
son of a bitch.
Oh, he's such an asshole.
Why would you do this to me?
Maybe
this,
we'll go down now.
This level seriously never gives me any trouble. And he always goes down. He always hangs out and then goes all right, I'll go back down. I don't have to. He always goes down. What is this fucking garbage?
He's such a dick to you.
Fireball, fucking stop it. Would you stop it? God.
Oh, did you see him turn away from you? He was gonna hit you and then just didn't. He decided not to.
But I was mentioning in King of Kong, they talk about how this is one of the hardest classic games because it's so random. So
Yeah.
when you're amazing at it and you're going for these epically high scores, a lot of it just comes down to sheer luck.
Really?
It's just he got a good run, so 1,000,000 points.
Are you sure it's not reflexes? If a lot of it's random, then wouldn't it be being able to improvise your strategy?
Well, yeah, but I mean, with a lot of with a game that's not as random, it's just you just have to you have to be really good at the game. A lot of games, you just have to be really good at them. Donkey Kong, you have to be really good at it and also get lucky.
Okay. So you have to be good enough for long enough to get lucky.
Basically.
Okay. I hear people talking about King of Kong all the time, and it's just really nothing that's ever been it sounds like an awesome thing for me to watch right now.
Dude, it's great.
I'm sure it's great.
It has Billy Mitchell all over the place.
I'm just never in the mood. Who's Billy Mitchell?
What? Billy Mitchell always has a plan. What?
Who's Billy Mitchell and why does he have a plan? He sounds like a schemer.
He does.
Is
Come on.
Is he a schemer?
Billy Mitchell is the villain of the documentary.
Is he the bad player that... Didn't they both come in... Didn't they both not win? Isn't that the thing of that movie?
No.
No? There's not...
Oh no!
You should have jumped over that other duck.
Those things are really hard to jump over. Those ducks are super hard.
And I've seen some pretty hard ducks. Are those ducks or fire ducks?
They're fireballs. These aren't ducks. What is wrong with you?
Like fire ducks. Those are clearly elemental ducks.
Ah!
They're like the Balrog of duck.
No, go down. By the way, I am playing on an arcade stick. This shit is authentic.
Yeah. He's all about authenticity.
I'm the most authentic person.
Yeah.
No one is more authentic than me.
Can you pass me that
Kid
Chipotle
Rock.
burrito?
Ah!
Did you hear me make fun of you?
Because they say that Chipotle burritos are authentic. What is it?
No, because they're like, it's like a national chain of burrito. Get it? I'm just saying. We were talking about how authentic you were.
Yeah, I
but
get
then
it.
also Chipotle burrito.
Anyways, I feel like we're done with this game, but I still haven't even told the story of Donkey Kong.
He steals the girl, and then Mario gets the girl.
Not that story.
Oh.
Asshole.
Oh, the story of the development.
Yeah, it was that Nintendo brought over this space shooter game called Radar Scope that was popular in Japan.
Yeah.
And just no one in America wanted to buy it. And
why didn't they want to buy it?
I don't know. I guess they didn't like it. Oh, fuck.
So is that stuff random? When the barrel decides to go down that one instead of all the way? Is that random?
I don't know. There are parts of it that are random and parts of it that aren't, and I don't know.
The second time you play level 1, is it harder than the first time you play level 1? Is there more stuff to deal with?
Always. Wait. You mean when you are on board 1, level 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets a lot harder.
Okay, so it's not like you're not just playing it forever and you're just repeating the same thing.
No, it keeps getting faster and harder.
Okay.
But this is level 1.
Right, this is board 1, level 1.
Yeah.
B1L1.
Fuck you. Fuck you, game.
Kyle, calm down.
So they brought over this arcade game, space shooter called Radar Scope, and nobody wanted to buy it. And so they just had all these unsold cabinets sitting around. And so the president, I guess he was the president of
He was a prime minister.
President of Nintendo America. What's his name?
Reggie.
Reggie was like, get these radar scopes out of here. We need a monkey. Minoru Arakawa, who was the son-in-law of Hiroshi Yamauchi, who was the real president of Nintendo.
Nepotism.
Yeah, it's actually, reading about it was kind of funny because Hiroshi Yamauchi is like this classic, like, hard-ass douchebag, and he's just like constantly, just like throughout his
he's old school Japan.
Yeah, his constantly throughout his son-in-law's career, just constantly talking about how it's like he's not good enough. You know, like whenever there's like a fail, like whenever a Nintendo product doesn't sell well, he always is like talking about how he's sure that like a more competent Nintendo of America president could have made it successful.
Right.
Yet, like, of course, total full of shit because he never fires his son-in-law. He just talks shit about him until the end of time.
Oh, you mean he's a father-in-law?
Yeah, basically.
He's just the shitty father-in-law in Japan.
Yeah.
From Japan.
But, so Arakawa comes up with the idea of making like replacement kits for the radar scope machines, which was basically unheard of. Like before they had like upgrade kits for machines, like I think Miss Pac-Man might have even been one. I'm not sure. It was like, hey, if you have a Pac-Man machine, buy this upgrade kit and it turns your Pac-Man machine into Miss Pac-Man.
Is the like basically the DLC of the 80s.
Basically. But it was always for like successful games. It was never for like, oh man, this game didn't sell, so let's try to make it something else. But they had that idea, but they didn't.
Did you hear that they put up Pac-Man? They're already making an upgrade kit.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Fuck, what did I do?
You got hit by that hammer, dog.
No, that was such a bad move. But
I'm sick of these day one upgrade kits.
But Yamauchi didn't want to he didn't want to take off any of his like A-team developers to like try to make some new game that wasn't, like he didn't want to like waste his talent on trying to salvage this other failed game.
Use whatever like the shitty team is in college football that I can't remember what it's called because I don't watch that.
What?
Yeah, there's like a team. There's like a section of college football where they basically, we don't want you to play, but you still technically are on the team, so you can be. I don't know where I learned that, but I know that it's like a real thing.
Hey, if you're asking me, like, what are we even doing?
Is it utility?
Dude, who are you asking right now?
Utility team? I don't know. It's basically like, I don't know what it's called.
But anyways, they had a
I barely know what football is called.
Okay. They basically had kind of like a sort of competition, I guess, or they basically asked everyone at Nintendo to submit ideas for the new game that would replace Radar Scope. and Shigeru Miyamoto, who at that time I think like he had designed.
He was in the mailroom.
He had designed side art for their cabinets. Like he was
an artist.
Yeah, he was basically an artist. But he had this idea, and that's what was interesting.
Is he the most popular person in the world?
I think so.
Shigeru Miyamoto, like, would he, like, is he?
I think
he
it's
win,
like
the high school presidency of the world.
For video games, probably. Oh, yay!
Wait, all you have to do to defeat him is get next to him?
No, you have to. There are like these rivets that are in each level.
Oh, you have to collect all the rivets.
Yeah, you have to take them all out, and the thing falls down.
And then you put him in a rivet gun and then shoot him in the head.
Yeah, that's how the game would end if it was made by someone else, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was, and then they paired up Shigeru Miyamoto because he had never made a game before. They paired him up with Gunpei Yokoi, who was already
Japan's hottest stand-up comedian.
He was he had already proven himself. I think at this point actually I don't remember, but I
do like the idea that in Japan like you have to prove yourself. Like, it just seems like more. No, I know what you mean, but it's like he had already proven himself. He had already taken the trials.
Yeah, he had already progressed all the way through the Dungeon of No Return, and he had slayed the killer dragon. Stop drinking that. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. It's more than halfway full.
But we're barely started.
Yeah.
We're not more than halfway done.
Right, but it doesn't start immediately and end when you finish the drink.
It does, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it starts like immediately.
No.
It does, yes.
No, it takes like 15 minutes.
Keith, we're talking about synthetic bull testosterone here.
Yeah, Kyle.
But anyways, they paired him with Gunpei Yokoi, which I'm not sure if...
God, I love that name. Say it one more time.
Gunpei Yokoi.
Oh, God, that's so great. It's just like it's like a little song. It's like a little song. I love it.
He either had or would go on to create the Game & Watch, and then would later create the Game Boy, and then rather infamously, he's also the father of the Virtual Boy.
Oh.
So,
to be fair, that's probably not his fault. That's whoever decided to not wait the 8 days for the other colored LEDs.
I don't know. The Virtual Boy was probably never a good idea.
No.
But
not only have they waited 16 hours to get any other color besides red.
No, I think other colors would have made it better, but I think that whole 3. I guess we'll get to the Virtual Boy when we get there. I mean, I've never used one.
Get to that?
Yeah,
there's probably an
yeah, there definitely is.
Okay,
but yeah, so
is there a Mario game for that?
Oh yeah, there is.
Okay, good. There's also a Star Fox game for that, I think. Right? I think that was like the big selling point. It was like Star Fox.
Oh my God!
Nice.
Did you just see that?
Yes.
That was beast mode. It was boss mode.
Speaking of Star Fox, though, I feel like if I ever got a like a Shiba Inu puppy, I would name him Fox McCloud.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're like.
Oh, were those the things that look just like? Yeah, okay. And actually, now that I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like it's the little dog from Summer Wars. That dog, that's a Shiba Inu.
Oh,
they're adorable. They're like one of the cutest dogs.
But anyways, yeah. So that's basically Shigeru Miyamoto, Gunpei Yokoi, and some other people made this cool game. But what was interesting to hear about it is it seemed like
every time you say that name, an angel gets its wings.
Maybe this was more common than I realized because, I don't have a great knowledge of the time, but it seemed like Shigeru Miyamoto was like one of the first game designers who he only thought of what the game would be, and then other people would program it and stuff. He's not like
he was like a pitch man.
Yeah, he wasn't like a programmer who then also designed the game,
because he was an artist that
exactly
had a good idea. So they're here, have all this wealth.
I always kind of felt like with some of the later games, or they're not even later at this point, but Ocarina of Time and stuff like that.
How much control he actually even has over...
Yeah, I was always just but he's not
he's not doing anything.
He's just overseeing it, but it seemed like that's probably what he always did, basically.
Right.
But...
I mean, he must have some like I don't know, I always just imagine that in addition to coming up with the idea for the game and the setting and like the general tone,
Well, like,
he probably is also responsible for some type of like, this is how the gameplay should be and feel.
no,
right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that at all.
I thought you were saying that he's a hack and that no one should like Shigeru Miyamoto.
that was the subtext there.
Yeah.
But God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Go down! Yes!
Oh man, you're the best.
That was
You're basic. You're that guy that's got a plan.
Kyle Churchill's always got a plan. Oh dude, you gotta watch King of Kong.
Do I?
Billy Mitchell's pretty hilarious.
Is it? It's actually like a good thing.
Yeah, why would it not be good?
I don't know. It's just like these guys are so into Donkey Kong that they made a movie about how serious they are about it.
Dude, I guess maybe that's just a difference between me and you, because when I heard they made a movie about people playing Donkey Kong, I was like, that is awesome. Like, that is, like, because...
I mean, I love documentaries. I watch documentaries all the time.
Those are the best documentaries. The best documentaries are when you hear the
like, I feel like
the premise and you go, what?
I feel like the people that are really into... go down the middle one. What are you doing?
Come at me, bro.
You stupid man.
Man.
I feel like the people that are really into King of Kong are the same people that are way into that show about like people that deliver packages on bikes, bike messengers.
Dude, what?
Because it's like, oh, look at how serious these guys are taking this thing that it shouldn't be taken seriously. Is that like what King of Kong is?
No.
It's like, they take it so serious.
No.
Okay.
I mean, there are a couple moments where it's pretty funny. Like, they're interviewing some guy who's like, he worked for Twin Galaxies, who was like this sort of outfit that keeps track of like all the world record high scores and stuff for arcade games. And he's like, he's given this like speech. He's just like, some of these games, if you are in a high level board and you do not know exactly the pattern of the next thing that's gonna come out, you will lose your life.
It's just like the whole thing seems like that still image of Joe Bluth with all the magicians holding up the sign that says, "We demand to be taken seriously."
I mean, that's like that's basically what it is. But that's awesome, though. That's so fun. Like, why would you not want to watch a documentary about people taking Donkey Kong seriously?
I don't know.
And like, they definitely edit it to make Billy Mitchell
seem like a crazy person,
seem like the villain, but he sure makes it easy for him. When he says things like, Billy Mitchell always has a plan.
He sounds like a douche.
Yeah, he's just great. He's totally in love with himself. He's
Describe him.
He's like,
does he look like the guy that the guy from The Simpsons that owns a comic book shop?
No.
No,
that's the thing. He's he's like, he has like long hair, which is kind of weird, but he's still like pretty good looking guy. And he's
would you go on a date with him?
Oh
like,
man, I would fuck the shit out of this guy.
Okay,
seriously.
That wasn't the question, but good. Because it was the next question. Regardless of your answer.
He's like successful, like super charismatic, and like back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, he was known as like one of, if not the best, like video game players in the world. And he's had the Donkey Kong high score like for decades.
How much cocaine do you think he did in the 80s?
Probably none.
Probably none, really?
He's like a nerd, like an arcade game nerd.
Yeah, but he's like kind of handsome, charismatic, wealthy guy from the 80s.
By the way, I gave USA the initials that Billy Mitchell always puts into his high scores in arcade machines.
Oh, man.
And he always wears an American flag tie.
Man, he really sounds like a douchebag.
Yeah, there's like the moment in the movie where he's like, what do you think... What do you think the initials I put into the arcade machine? Can you guess? It's like, think about it. And they're like, he's like asking like the documentary makers to like guess. Like, I don't know this. He's like, no, come on. And he's like,
is it the initials of your name?
He's playing with his tie. Like, come on. What do you think? Like, think it like TIE tie. Like, no, come on. Like, it's right in front of you. And you're just like, oh god damn it, Billy Mitchell, you're the best.
I mean, Do you think that they set out to make Billy Mitchell the villain, or do you think there's like, this guy's such a douche, we should make him the villain?
What both? Like it's like I said, they're clearly intending for him to be the villain.
But do you think?
But he sure made it easy
right.
for him.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's enough Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
The first outing of
What was it,
Mario.
an hour and a half?
Forgot to mention when this game was first created, Mario was called Jumpman. He wasn't even Mario.
Jumpman couldn't
Yeah.
even shoot.
He couldn't shoot. That's the point. But I think like by the time this game even got to America, he had already been renamed Mario. I think a lot of people think that he was called Jumpman for years or something, but it was really just like
A couple months.
a couple months probably.
Yeah.
Apparently there's like the story goes that
How'd they decide on an Italian name?
I'll tell you
Okay.
is that
I'm a great interviewer.
Mario or Jumpman, he had a mustache basically just to define his nose, so you could tell
That he had a nose?
That he had a nose.
Yeah, he just wasn't so he wasn't blank face man.
Yeah, and so like the landlord of like the Nintendo of America offices or their warehouse or something was named Mario Segali, and he had like a big mustache or something, and they're trying to come up with a name for Jumpman, and like one day like Mario Segali comes in and he's just like screaming at him about their unpaid bills or something like that, and just like going off, and then he leaves, and one guy's like,
Do you see that guy jump?
We should name him Mario because he's got a mustache and he's a douchebag or something like that, and they just decided to go with it.
Sure, yeah.
I think same thing, like Pauline was named after Polly, who was like, some other, like the wife of some other landlord. There was like a lot of naming
Lots
people
of
after landlords. Yeah, but it's Mario. That's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That is the original Donkey Kong.
I just like the idea of people like novelists in apartments writing books, and like all their characters are landlords that they've had.
Isn't that kind of like Shakespeare in Love or something? I've never seen that, but isn't that?
I don't know.
Okay.
That sounds like that's like the only thing I know about Shakespeare is the things that Shakespeare wrote.
I thought like Shakespeare in Love is all about like it's about
Landlords?
It's about Shakespeare writing his plays, but then like it's like his entire life is all made up of Shakespeare plays, and it's like he's taking everything from his life or something. I don't know. It's something
No,
like
he
that.
basically like took old stories and rewrote them
No.
better.
I'm talking about Shakespeare in Love. It's a play.
Right. Okay.
I'm talking about the plot of Shakespeare in Love. Is like it's about Shakespeare, but his life is a bunch of Shakespeare plays.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. They had to have saved Macbeth for last.
I don't know.
Because they all die.